Right, so do you want to move on to the next subject?
How
What is
many
it?
pairs of socks?
Right you are.
How many pairs of socks did Mikey put on his hands? Good talk, good talk. That went
How many pairs of
so well.
socks does Mikey own?
I own quite a lot of socks.
Yeah,
So it would
many.
work for you then. It wouldn't work for me. I keep throwing them out. What will I buy them?
Oh, I buy the thick bamboo ones because I need them for work.
Bamboo.
Yeah, it's like bamboo laced socks, so they're better for
Bamboo
breathing.
Uh, didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why you get like
wait,
bamboo
wait,
lined
wait,
pants
wait,
and
wait,
shit and
wait,
coat
wait,
and
wait,
t-shirts
wait,
like
wait,
that.
wait, wait, wait. Don't search for a match a minute. I'm gonna build a shotgun and then I'm gonna let you have a shot of it. I'm gonna allow you to have a shot of this shotgun.
Right. Well, while we do that, so moving on from the socks. So you know how everyone does the what are they called in podcasts and shit?
What?
Like the
The
ads in
guess the
podcasts?
car?
No,
Right, okay.
the what the fuck are they called? Like the
Sponsors?
yeah, that's it. So you know
Ah,
the therapy one that everyone does.
therapy one.
BetterHelp.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
heard that one.
How have you
I
never?
think I've
I'm like they all
Heard of
get fucking
AG1.
sponsored
Have
that
you
one.
heard of that?
No,
AG1.
the fuck is
No? Oh,
AG1?
well, that shows you why it's, that's all I hear about.
Yeah.
Something is not right. They've changed it.
They've
Anyway,
changed what? The
so
shotgun?
obviously BetterHelp's like the
Pairs.
mobile therapy thing, where you can text the people or whatever. So you don't have to go
Okay.
to an actual place and speak to someone face to face or whatever. You can do it all on your phone or whatever.
It sounds like a good idea, I guess.
I think it's a good idea as well, but would you do it?
But ding ding. I don't think I need to, but if I needed to, I probably would. Be easier than going somewhere.
Well, that's the thing. Like right now, I don't know what I would speak about.
Oh, wait, sorry. Would you use the service? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Even if it was free, I don't feel
the
like
way
that.
you're.
Ah, so you're
So,
saying, do you need therapy? And the answer is no.
No, I'm not saying like, do you need therapy? So like when obviously because I listen to the Joe Santagato podcast, and that's one of his like main sponsors, and he goes up on about it every single fucking podcast and pretty much every video he does. So
Uh,
apart like the way he talks about it is it's like you don't have to do it. It's not like for people with issues only. Like you can do it just to like talk about things you're stressed about or whatever.
I mean, that's not what your partner's for. Or is it just for single people?
Well,
I mean, yeah,
he
it's
he
good
is
having a
single.
partner, but but sometimes it's your partner will have stuff going on at the same time that you might not think is a big deal, but it's a big deal to them. So when you're unloading your stuff onto them, that might stress them out a bit more. Not because they don't want to be able to help or be available to help you, but that's going to be a load on them. So the idea of having a third party who doesn't know you and is just there to listen and help, that's where it becomes useful because you're not going to be judged by them either.
Yeah, and you can unload anything that you don't like. You know, something you wouldn't tell like your partner or whatever.
I can't think of a single thing that I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't either, but you know, there's some weird people that don't tell their partner everything.
It
Fair
could just be
enough.
for something as little as somebody's embarrassed about something. And
I
although they
never
may
thought
be,
about that, I guess.
Like only ever eating
because
chicken.
Yeah, that's so
I'm sorry,
embarrassing.
I ate a slice of pork and I feel so bad.
I had a chicken Big Mac and I feel awful.
I had an alternative protein source, and it wasn't white meat, it was the other white meat. But even though, for example, you have two people and they both tell each other absolutely everything, and for example, they've been together forever, it could be something as, like I just said, it's maybe embarrassing, and you, although you trust them not to judge it, you're still so embarrassed to be like, hey, so I like fucking weird stuff. I don't know.
Putting a thumb in your bum.
Exactly, maybe that. Maybe Kane finally admits it to his missus. He's like, look, I want you to put your pinky in my bum.
Yeah, you gotta start off small, right?
Yeah, I want you to wriggle it about and feel like there's a worm burrowing for treasure.
Oh, dude. You really paint a picture, you know that.
Well, I'm not gonna be
Well,
able. I'm not gonna be allowed to
you're
keep that
welcome.
in.
Why not? Why not? What?
Yeah.
Try a little pinky in the bum.
Just blur it.
You're not. You're not videoing it.
What?
You're not
No,
videoing it.
as in bleep it, beep it, bleep it, whatever you want to call it. You knew what I meant. Not fucking video, fucking hell.
God
That's what you
damn.
get up to on your Sunday nights.
Well. Wouldn't you like to know?
So, well,
Everything.
the question was, would you like do it?
If I needed it, yes. You?
If I needed it, yes.
But would you?
Spriggs, do you need it?
I have used a service like that before, actually.
Have you?
Yep.
Well, shit.
After
What service?
I left, it was actually through the NHS, and they assigned me a counsellor.
Oh, I think I know what this was for.
You do?
I think I know what this is for.
So,
Is it private to not tell millions of people, potentially?
you know, I don't care because I'm a big advocate, and
Hold on. Let me guess. Is it Nissan Juke?
oh no, it's got nothing. Nothing. She never really. It wasn't to do with her. No.
Oh, okay. Then I have
So,
no idea then.
so
I thought it was to do with
after
her.
no, I probably could have used it
You
for that
probably should have
situation.
used it.
Yeah. No, so it was 2021. Like the start of the year, like round about. So I was working for Amazon, and
Shitting in the
then
back of
like
your van.
New Year's Day, or a couple days after New Year's Day, I got an email saying I was one of the people that got sacked.
Got sacked.
And then, yeah, so I got the job in the November
Yep.
of 2020 after leaving McDonald's. Obviously, I also got my new car, well, my Skoda, like 2 days after Christmas. And then, like a few days after New Year's Day, lost my job with Amazon. So that sucked.
Why?
And obviously, I was like, well, so there was myself and a few other people. And when I first got the job, I was under the impression that, you know, the job's secure.
You
We're
would
going to
assume
need
so.
people.
Amazon's fucking a massive company. Why would they?
Well, it wasn't directly for Amazon. It was for a courier company that works for Amazon. So there's
Right.
different courier companies that deliver Amazon parcels.
Yeah.
And I just worked for one of them. And in the interview, they're like, yeah, job's secure. You know, you get stuck in, good money, blah blah blah. And it was good money. So I thought, great, it's worth the punt, even though I've got like an 8-month-old child at home that depends on me, and a wife. Well, she was just my girlfriend at the time still. But anyway, so yeah, lost the job, and then come the February time, I had an interview for a welding job, and I was like, oh my god, finally a welding job. I did not expect this. So I got that welding job, and for the first time in my life, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, for the first time in my life, I experienced the anxiety. For the first time in my life, I'd never experienced it before, and it was the worst. I only worked in that job for a week, so it was 5 days. Started on the Monday, 5 days, and it was 10 hours a shift, 7 o'clock till 5 o'clock, and then come what was it? The Friday night. So I was off the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Come the Friday night, I had such like every day after work, I was having like panic attacks in the kitchen. I was leaving the living room, I was going into the kitchen or the bathroom panicking because I don't know why. Just absolutely terrified for some reason to go to work. So I left that job, and that's when it really started. I was like, horrendous anxiety. I'd go in like, for example, I'd go into Aldi's with Sam and her mum, do a bit of shopping, and I'd have to leave. I'd have to go outside because my breathing would start going up, my pulse would start going up, I'd start panicking, feeling like I was going to spew. But then the second I left the store, that all went away, and I was like, oh, thank God.
I mean, I feel like you're preaching to the choir of Cain right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so. I'd say uni was when that happened to me. Similar. Like, as in going to uni was like the Aldi situation.
Yeah, just absolutely terrifying. And it's
It's kind of hard to remember, to be honest.
was that a while ago? Like,
Yeah, uni was 2018, so before COVID. So I don't really remember what happened other than just needing to leave. A building, specifically. For some reason, being inside was a problem.
it's a horrible thing because like I never really understood it. Like I understood people could have it, and I'd seen people around me have it and really struggle with it, even though like I didn't understand how it works, how it like makes social situations for certain people at times really difficult, or going to a job really difficult, or doing something new for the first time really difficult. For a long time I didn't understand it until I went through it, and afterwards I was like, whoa, this
Yeah,
is heavy duty.
it's not a great thing to go through.
Hell no. So I've definitely got a respect for people that suffer with that kind of thing on the daily.
Were you not doing the gym at the time? Because I was not doing the gym.
I wasn't really doing the gym, no, so was it still shut at the time? I think it was open, but they were open to like reduced numbers in the gym.
Yeah, so
And
you
you
would have
had
to
to
like pre-book or something.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was exactly it. You had to go onto the website and you had to book a slot. So you had, was it a 1 hour time slot you had, I think? So you'd book a 1 hour time slot so they could keep numbers down for social distancing.
Yeah. I think that's a major factor, to be honest. I think more people would have less anxiety if they did those. That's just
Oh
what
no,
works for me, I guess. Might not work
You're
out.
absolutely right. It's based in science, mate. There's science, like research upon research upon research, that proves exercise, not just necessarily going into a gym, but physical activity, going out for walks. The most simplest form of exercise you could do, going for a walk, getting that fresh air, getting that vitamin D, that proves that it gets, not necessarily gets rid of, but severely can alleviate depression and anxiety symptoms.
But with like one of the most difficult things for people that have that sort of thing is the simple fact of just going outside is quite a big deal for quite a
I
lot
think
of
as
people.
long as, oh, I can imagine, but and it is difficult. That short period of time, I really suffered with it. It was a case of I had to really just push yourself because I had a child, so I couldn't just be like, I can't do this, can't do that. You've got to, if possible, try and find something that challenges you just a little bit. Because if, for example, somebody has it so bad that going out the front door, walking down the street to their nearest corner shop, for example, is too much, then just start by going out the front door. Going outside into fresh air, outside of your house, outside of your flat, and then go back inside again. And just build it up. It's definitely something you can't force on someone and be like, right, I want you to go outside and run a bloody marathon. I want you to go into the
Yeah, but
busiest
staying
city
inside is the
centre.
opposite of what you want to do.
Yes. If it's that bad going outside, then yeah, you want to try and get outside as much as possible. Or you're just going to stew.
I think like that was like the biggest thing for fucking like going through COVID was a lot of people started struggling with that, and I think it opened quite a lot of people's
Definitely.
eyes to stuff like that.
Yeah. It definitely did. It got talked about a lot more because it was like a few months into it, wasn't it? It started really becoming a thing. People were struggling with not seeing work colleagues, not seeing other family members, not seeing friends, not interacting with other humans in general.
And being restricted as much as you were, so you felt like you were in prison.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was quite lucky in the sense that obviously I was working at Euro at the time, so I was one of the ones that got kept on, because we were supplying car parts to like garages that were working on police vehicles, ambulances, fire engines and shit, and like all that,
Oh,
all
right,
them.
okay.
So because we were supplying places that were working on like care workers' vehicles and stuff,
Key workers, isn't it?
yeah, we were technically key workers as well because we were supplying them to stay on the road and do their job.
Yeah.
So I got quite lucky in the sense of being kept at work, and I got, I was had the ability to, I never had any like money issues because I was able to be at work, and then going and speaking to people and everything, and seeing
God.
people every day.
Uh, I was off work for 4 months, I think. So I had like, because Ollie was born 2 weeks before lockdown came into effect. So even when we
Fucking
were in
hell.
hospital, we were in hospital for 3 or 4 days before we got home. And during that time, obviously it was on the news, so like nurses were watching it on the TVs, you were hearing it on the radios, you heard nurses talking about it in the corridors, stuff like that. And you could tell they were freaking out because they didn't know what it was going to mean. They
Yeah.
didn't know if they were going to lose their jobs. They didn't know if what was going to happen. Like I remember even just sitting on the bed next to Sam, and a nurse would come into the bay, pull back the curtain, see me sitting on the bed, and she'd lose her mind. It's like, get off that bed. You're not allowed to sit on the bed. It's like, well, it's my wife. It's my girlfriend. It's like my girlfriend and my child. If any of us in this room have it, even in the little bay we were in, we can't stay 6 feet apart. Like, chill out. So I had a go at this nurse, and I argued with her. And then she was like, she'd come back with a bit of paper, like a form, that apparently stated that I needed to sign it, saying I understood their policy of why I needed to stay away from my girlfriend. I needed to stay 6 feet apart. I'm like, what's not happening? But yeah, they were freaking out.
So you disagree with me, so now sign a form that says you agree with me.
Yeah, it was basically just a form of, I don't give a shit what you're saying, just do as you're told. I'm like, nah. Didn't sign it. I think we got home that day anyway, thankfully.
That's
And
weird.
then, of course, it was...
But at the same time, I
Yeah.
get why they were doing it.
You do? I don't.
Well, it's an airborne thing, isn't it? So it's like, why would you're
They did
in
it because
you take up the same air? Yeah.
Like, the nurses were coming in and out of the bay. This is before they were given PPE, or they're told to wear the PPE. So they were just coming in and out of the bay, checking on Ollie, making sure he was alright, checking on Sam, making sure she was alright. So it was like, if anybody'd had it, we've got it by now, so...
Silence.
Yeah, if anyone had had it, you fucked it by giving it to us.
Yeah. Was there any part of lockdown, or what was a part of lockdown that you enjoyed the most, if anything?
The roads being clear.
Oh, good one.
That must have been weird.
It was weird, but it was nice. So like I was now like I could leave like 10 minutes later for work because because there was nobody on the road causing traffic, so I got straight to work, no problem.
Must have been
Remember how there was bubbles though as well, so you could go from one bubble to another.
Yeah, because we had a bubble with you.
Not
Yeah.
at start, but you what?
Yeah, because remember we met up like every week or whatever in that
Yeah,
car
yeah,
park.
but we stayed away from one another.
Oh yeah, but we were still technically
Yeah, so
in
that
the
wasn't a
bubble.
bubble. A bubble has to be in a place. That's
in
like
a building,
my
like in a house.
family
Yeah.
was in a
Oh,
bubble,
well,
and then
well, we only had Lauren's mum's as a bubble if you want to go that way.
because you can still meet people outside. Well, not at the very start, but that was such a weird time. Just being told you couldn't do most things.
Do you right?
Hated it.
Here's a question for you. Do you think it would have like just went away if the entire country had just went into full lockdown? Nobody was allowed to leave their home properly, and like just stayed there for 2 or 3 weeks. Like the government handed out like food for everyone that lasted
Well,
that
like,
long.
dropped it at folks' doors.
Yeah, lasted that long for just for the 3 weeks. Everyone had to stay at home, and there wouldn't have been a problem.
Potentially,
Maybe.
I guess. I mean, if there's no hosts to spread it, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if
but
it's not spreading. I mean, how long would it survive in like outside air? It sucked anyway. I remember absolutely hating it. To start with, it was okay because it was like I had 2 weeks holiday booked off plus 2 weeks paternity leave. So I had a prospective 4 weeks off when Ollie was born, and then we got an email from work and it was like, right, you're all on furlough. And then 4 months later, I returned to work. But it got boring very, like, quite quick. But it gave me plenty of time to try and get used to trying to be a father.
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't think I would be able to do it. Like, I don't think I would be able to handle being stuck at home for that amount of time. Like, if I'm off for holiday for a week, I get bored, and like, I'm just like, right, I want to go back to work and do something.
I get restless easy.
Yeah, it's just like sitting doing nothing. Like even the other weekend, like I did nothing on the Saturday, like absolutely nothing on the Saturday, and it got to like 4 in the afternoon. I was like, I want to do something. Like I'm getting antsy just sitting here.
Yeah. You keep yourself busy.
Let's get this done.
I mean, fucking hell, I haven't technically had a holiday, like properly booked off since like August last year.
Go get greedy.
Obviously, I had the 2 weeks or whatever it was over Christmas, which was fine.
Go get after it.
because I was still like doing stuff like for you know, Christmas and New Year's and going seeing people and all that sort of shit. But if it wasn't for that, and I was just stuck at home doing nothing, I'd be fucking bored out of my mind.